Hi, it's Louise Tanner-Stokes from the Anti-Dieting Revolution, and in this week's video I wanted to talk about how your weight isn't an indicator of your self-worth. So I think this is a really important thing to talk about. If you're trying to lose weight, this is something that you need to have a think about before you do anything, okay? And I want to share with you just a few tips to help you feel better about yourself. That will help you way more than going on the latest faddy diet, okay? So your weight is not an indicator of your self-worth. Okay, so let's just get clear on how your weight is just a number, okay? The number on the scales, the number on your dress size label is just a number. It doesn't mean anything about you as a person, okay? It doesn't mean anything about your status or anything like that. That's just something that we attach to it ourselves. You know, if you have some kind of you attach meaning to it, that's society does that. It doesn't actually mean anything, okay? Losing weight isn't going to suddenly make you a better or different person, okay? That's something that we really need to get clear on. If you have a target weight, when you get there, you're still going to be you, okay? We all have insecurities. We all have things that we see as weaknesses, things we don't like about ourselves. And that just makes you human, you know? We have strengths and weaknesses. We have good parts and bad parts, and it's all subjective, okay? It's all it comes back to the stories and beliefs that we have in our head, the stories we tell ourselves, what we've learned as we've grown up, and weight loss, losing weight, getting to your target weight isn't going to take any of those insecurities away. It's not going to take any of your weaknesses away, okay? And dieting certainly isn't going to help with any of this. In fact, I would say it's more likely that going on another diet is just going to make it worse in the long term. So forget dieting. And before you even follow any of my advice about, changing your habits, trying to build healthy eating habits, trying to build healthy exercising habits, I would say before you do any of that, just have a think about how you think about that number on the scales, and have a think about how you think about yourself, okay, how you view yourself, and check out my tips to feel better about yourself. So here's a few things that I think will help you to feel better, way more than going on the latest diet. So the first thing to have a think about is self-acceptance, okay? So you might think loving yourself is just too much. It's too big a thing to try and do. So forget loving yourself and just try accepting yourself. So self-acceptance, I always think, is a little easier than loving yourself. So that's the first step, is just accepting who you are right now. You could say something like, I'm good enough as I am right now. I'm enough. I accept myself however I am right now. Sometimes it's an easier first step to take. And then the second thing is just to notice that judgmental self-talk. So notice when you're saying horrible things to yourself. Notice the kind of when you're telling yourself that you failed, or telling yourself you're rubbish. Oh, look, you've done that again, and start to challenge that voice. Start to talk back to that voice. Nobody's going to know that you're doing it in your head. But if it's saying something like, oh, you can't do this, no wonder you've messed that up, just say to yourself, actually, do you know what? I'm okay. It's all right if I don't get this perfect. And you could try asking yourself that thing that you're saying to yourself in the voice in the back of your head, whatever it's saying to yourself, just ask yourself, would you say that to a child? Okay? I'm willing to bet that you probably wouldn't say that. Hopefully you wouldn't say that to a child. Now imagine saying it to yourself as a child, okay? That can be quite a good exercise to try. Is just imagine that you're saying that to yourself as you, the child you. And hopefully that'll stop you that'll stop you from doing it again. Or it'll make that voice a little bit quieter. Just tell that little voice to just shush, okay? Because it's not helping you, it's not kind, it's not getting you anywhere, is it? Okay. And then the third thing might sound a little bit weird, but go with it. Ditch all those judgmental things, like the judgmental TV programs, where they're judging people. All those kind of bitchy magazines where they're pointing out the little flaws and the little failings, so-called failings, like some celebrities' sweat patches, and this celebrity's got X, Y, and Z. Oh, look, they've not worn the right outfit or whatever. Forget all of that. Unfollow people and pages on social media where all they do is judge people, or they poke fun at people, especially when it's about their appearance, okay? Because none of that stuff, you get, if you keep following that kind of thing, if you keep watching those kind of bitchy TV programs and reading those bitchy magazines, or those, you get drawn into poking at other people's appearances and things like that. You do it to yourself, okay, as well. And it goes round and round in circles, doesn't it? So try and just stay away from any of that stuff. So forget the bitchy TV programs, the bitchy magazines, and the bitching on social media. Just try and stay away from any of that stuff. And hopefully you'll start to notice that you won't be quite so judgmental with yourself. So there's my 3 tips for being kinder to yourself and feeling better about yourself. So try and focus on self-acceptance. Try and notice the judgmental self-talk and start to challenge it, and ditch any judgmental media type stuff, because it doesn't help you. So give it a go. Let me know how you get on. And remember, it's time to ditch dieting forever, because you deserve better. Take care, and I'll see you soon.